Hello everyone, Patrick here. It is October 2020 and FS2Crew is here to rescue us from the taxi system in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The software is called Pushback Express and it allows you to freely control the pushback tug with the use of your rudder and elevator controls. And this also gives you the ability to tow aircraft anywhere you want around the airport. So during pushback, you can change the direction of the tug by applying forward elevator pressure. The tug then slows down and it'll begin to move forward. While I do think this is a good system, an option to map these functions to a game controller would eliminate the need to use the aircraft's instruments simultaneously. And I also want to mention that more features will be added to this app with talks of voice control coming next. So let's take a look at the user interface. It's simple and straightforward. Starting on the left, the gear icon will open up the settings panel. And here you can control the audio options, including many different pilot and ground crew voices from around the world. And you also have pushback options using rudder, distance, and using arrow buttons. Then the next button brings the jetway to the aircraft, and the next button will toggle the main door if the aircraft supports that function. The hourglass will inform the ground crew that you are almost ready to go.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We will be ready shortly.
Okay, I will hold.
And after the doors are closed, you can ask the ground crew to pressurize the hydraulics.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
Confirm all ground checks complete. We're cleared to pressurize the hydraulics.
All ground checks are complete and you are clear to pressurize the hydraulics.
And this button will run the pre-flight events, so a 30-minute timer will start and the jetway and doors will now open and close based on the timer, and you can also speed the timer up. And the green button starts and stops the pushback, and you can also map this key to that command as well.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
So we've released the parking brake, and the tug is heading towards the aircraft now. Now you can control the rudder from inside the cockpit, but it's easier to do it from the outside. And I'm going to show the rudder system, which of the three options, I think this is the best one and gives you, of course, the most freedom to do whatever you want with the tug. Now, it took me a little bit of practice. My first couple of pushbacks weren't so good, but once I got the hang of how this feels, it got a lot easier, and I started getting everything on the center line.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
And this is full rudder right now. That's how sharp of a turn it will give you. But definitely a much better system than we're used to in Microsoft Flight Simulator, where you actually have to call up the ground crew and tell them you want to push back, which is normal, but then when it gets into telling them when to turn, and then that can be delayed, also telling them to stop can be delayed, you just really don't have too much control over it. So this really lets you put the aircraft wherever you want. And of course, if we wanted to tow this right now, we could do that as well. If you don't make the center line perfect, or if you need to pull the aircraft up a little more because you pushed it back too far, you can do so too. Again, just by moving forward on the elevator. So we almost have the center line. We're going to stop the pushback in just a moment, getting ready on the button. We'll go ahead and stop it right there, allowing us to put the parking brake, and then the tug will disconnect.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the left side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
And that's really all there is to it for a airliner pushback. Next, I want to check out a GA aircraft, not only to show you how it is with GA smaller planes, but also to show you the towing feature.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Now it's going to start the pushback. You don't have control right away to use the rudder or the elevator. It takes a few seconds, and then as soon as it gives you the rudder control, then you can push forward on the elevator stick to be towed. So there is a slight delay with that. Just waiting until we get control. You can see I'm moving the rudder, and there it goes. As soon as you start getting that turn,
and you can start your engines at your discretion.
So full pressure on the elevator, and now we are towing the aircraft anywhere we want. And just like that, we're where we need to be. And we can go ahead and start the engines up.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brake set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the left side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
So if you would like to purchase Pushback Express, it is available for 25 euros, which is almost $30 USD. It's quite a steep price, especially when there is a free Pushback app out there, which allows you to just do the pushback, left, right, and control the jetway. So it's pretty simple, and if that's all you're looking for, that free one might be the one you want to go with. With the Pushback Express, you're getting the ability to tow the aircraft, use the rudder controls, voice communication is coming soon, and then also you have all the different crew voices from around the world to immerse yourself wherever you are. So I hope this helps you in deciding what you want to do for Pushback in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It was fun using this app, and I will continue to use it and enjoy it. So, alright everybody, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, FSElite.net. I'll see you next time. You take care.